Can you hear the music?
Oh yeah, that was clear.
Fucking right. Get me right fucking amped. Rock hard. Ready to do this podcast. Oh, right there. Did you feel that? Did you feel it?
I can feel it, baby.
Oh, fucking nailed it. All right, welcome back to another episode of On the Throne with Dick, and shout out to Senshin Boychuk, the man, the myth, the legend. You can find him everywhere on the socials: Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, just doing his thing. And today on the podcast, we have special guest, the man behind fucking Deadly, the Dawn of the Big Oil Mafia,
Big Oil,
the Godfather. You know, the guy, you come to me with a deal, and come to you with an offer you can't refuse, you know? And, the guy with the sickest fucking name in the world, Cord Zacharias, the baddest driller in the oil patch.
Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed. What's going on, buddy?
Not too much, just living it up right now. Obviously not working, but that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time, is it? Or are we going to get into it?
We can get into whatever we want tonight.
Fucking get into it. Well, you're employed. You're heading back to work.
Yeah, I just landed a gig back with Savannah Drilling.
The Savannah Bananas. Look at that.
Yes.
Fucking right. You said you were nervous, bro. Why are you nervous? It's just me.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I just hyping it up or hyping myself up. Never done something like this. Kind of go behind the scenes of every page I got. Don't like to have a face to it. Sometimes I don't like people to know it, just the mystery of it all, the myth.
Well, fucking maybe. Yeah, I don't know how many people are gonna listen, man. Once they find out that Cord Zacharias is on here, they're gonna be like, "Fuck that guy," right? And
or you might get flooded.
Oh, buddy, definitely the ladies. The ladies are definitely flooding the page for sure. Like, look at that face. Look at that face. You know.
Got your old beard going on. Haven't shaved in a while.
Hey man, is that how long? Like, how much growth is that? Like, how many days?
Oh shit, this is probably a good solid month.
That's weak. Come on, you could do better. I thought you were a man.
It's the stash that counts.
Oh, buddy. Oh, fuck. Do I ever know that? You know, like the stash is everything, buddy. And dude, you got a sick fucking stash. You shaved your hair too. You got yourself a haircut since I saw you.
Yeah, I got a little trim. Yeah, I gotta somewhat keep it tight.
Oh, if it ain't tight, it ain't right. You know what I mean? Hell yeah.
What about you? How's things going on your end?
Buddy, I'm on like day 3 of a possible 7 days of cleaning out heavy horse tanks. So, everything you guys throw down whole and whatnot just splashed all over me. Just getting all that goody. Look, I got the invert burn on my neck. Got it on my face a little bit. Can't say it's a sunburn. Yeah, doing it right, buddy. We got to be under air. So what I don't get about that shit.
Under air?
Oh, yeah. What I don't get about that shit, and I've talked to them about it 100 times. Every day I try to get out of the air thing. There's 2 of us in these tanks, right? And I said, hey, you're trying to mitigate, trying to take one whole hazard away because of, atmosphere testing and whatnot, in case there's gases and shit down there. And so far, there's been nothing. Not H2S, not LELs, not benzines, nothing. Yeah. So I'm like, how about a half mask? Give me a half mask. Because what you're doing now is by, putting me under air, putting us under air, sorry. There's 2 of us down there. It's dark. We can't see shit. We're running into each other. We're tripping over each other's airlines.
Oh, yeah.
We can't communicate with each other. We can't hear one another. We're like doing fucking hand signals and shit. So like you're trying to take away one hazard, but you created 5 or 6 more.
Yeah, that's
right?
That's the story of the industry right now.
That's the story of the industry, my friend. And
getting a little ridiculous. I could see it going into those tanks, yes, because the one time you don't do it is the one time it's going to bite you in the ass. But fucking some of the stuff that's going on out there just to let these butterballs in it's insane. Like you say, you're eliminating one hazard, but you're creating 2 or 3 more.
Yep, buddy already fell in the tank, and his hard act came off, and I thought he was fucking with, or I thought he was hurt. Actually, he was just fucking with me. He like laid there for a minute, and I'm like, oh shit, I've never had a man down with me before, you know, like man down. And I shook his mask. I'm shaking his mask. We can't communicate. We can't talk. We can't hear each other over the air and the boom and shit. And I'm fucking shaking his mask, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I start grabbing his arm, and then he like tapped me on the arm. And he's like, you know, like I'm like, you fucker, you know, like
sucker.
Yeah, dude. But his hard hat fell off. He slipped. He fell, and there was a fucking beam sticking out of the ground right there, right? Like, you know, like. Yeah, man. Like you said, you know, we're trying to accommodate, you know, people that aren't really going to last in the industry, right? And I had a conversation with you. Actually, know the consultant. He was consulting on your rig there when I met you, and I asked him, I'm like, man, what's been the biggest challenge so far with this new age worker? He's like, honestly, man, he's like, I feel bad asking them to work. A lot of them don't want to work. I feel bad being like, hey, can you go do this? It's like, you got to go up and be like, do you mind? Do you mind if you know, can I ask you to go do that? Like, you don't mind, do you? And that's way different from when I came up. That's for sure. There was no asking nicely. There was, hey, go do this now.
And that's what I don't like. That's what I get frustrated with. That's why a lot of people say I'm a hard ass or I'm mean or whatever, but I also have a impeccable safety and equipment damage record, like 0 incidents, 0 equipment damage, because of pushing the guys, or not pushing them, but leading them to the highest of their abilities. I'd always tell my guys, hey, I'm never going to ask you to do something that I don't know you can't do. So everything I'm asking you, I know you can do it. I'm going to make you think you might not think you can do it, but I'm going to make you prove to yourself you can, type deal. Like, it's all on your hands. Like, I would never ask you to go out of your way to try and do something or get a job done. I'm asking within your reach.
Absolutely. Hold on. I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, because if I don't, you know what's going to happen.
Beep, beep, beep.
Dispatch is going to message me and be like, what's up, bruh? And I'm going to be like, delete. You know? Yeah, no, man, it's frustrating, you know, like, if you can't be out here doing everything that, you know, everyone's been doing for decades, you know what I mean? Like a century now, essentially, you know, like, you know, then don't be here, you know, like and we're not saying it in a mean way either, you know. It's like, hey, some can, most can't. Are you part of the some, or are you part of the most, right? And if you can't, then don't waste anyone else's time. Don't waste your time, especially, you know, like, go figure it out somewhere, you know. And there's just no nice way that comes across, right? And the
oil industry was one that I thought would stick together, like, maybe not be so weak. Like, there's definitely enough guys around that can go that old school route, I guess. But I think with pay and everything, and all the other jobs, industries catching up to the oil field pay, was kind of depleting the talent pool, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Well, that happened in the course of the downturn, right? Where you know the downturn, the industry took a huge step backwards in terms of pay and quality of worker, right? And then while the industry was in a downturn, the rest of Canada was like, you know, booming, right? So like you said, right, the wage gap, it closed, right? Like now you can make pretty close to the same kind of money in another industry and be home almost every night, exactly. Right? And exactly, exactly. And you know, you're losing a lot of good workers, you know, a lot of old school workers. I can't say old school. You're losing a lot of the good workers that had work ethic to them. Right. But also what you're seeing now though as well is, like, you know, a lot of people are coming in and you know, it's able to diversify a little bit too, right? Like, there's pros and cons to everything, and there's definitely pros to it too, right? Like, you know, look at what you and I do on the internet every day, right? Like that's definitely been a pro to the change, right? You're allowed to have your phone on site now. You're allowed to show things, right? And the marketing is coming to the industry, right? And that's something that's been sorely lacking.
Yeah, that's good. That's good for some creators out there, say you and me and a bunch of others, but lets us showcase the industry a little bit. That's why I like showcasing these profiles now. Sorry. That's why I like doing the little showcase on the Big Oil Mafia site there, showcasing blue collar workers, truckers, content creators, roughnecks, derrick hands, rigs, whatever. I'm gonna keep rolling with that and try and just get more and more exposure, right, for the industry.
Hell yeah, man. I love what you're doing with that Big Oil Mafia page too, like with Neil and Lucille. Lucille's badass.
Oh, she's badass, yeah.
Lucille actually worked for the same company that owned the company that I worked for. She worked for Northwell. Right?
Yeah.
And Lucille's a badass, dude. And, you know, like her and I don't exactly, I wouldn't say get along, but I said something about the company she worked for in another podcast that I was a part of or on a couple of years ago, shortly after she was on. And we ran into each other in the yard here shortly after that. And I'm like, what's going on? How are you? And I'm like, how come your profile isn't bigger? You don't have as many followers as you should. She's like, some of us work, dick. Right? And I'm like, wow, whoa, easy, right? And then she's like, yeah, I didn't like what you had to say on the podcast about Northwell. And I'm like, oh, I was just talking about my experience with it, right? When I helped out there a couple times, and then that was that. And then I saw her a few months later, and I went on that podcast again. It was the Jordan and Chase Barber Blue Collar Interviews podcast. They have Edison Motors now, and I went on a few months later, and I was talking about it again, and I'm like, yeah, man, I wasn't shitting on that company. I was like just describing how like I didn't have the best experience, right? My experience isn't everybody else's experience. And, you know, it's actually mad love for Northwell, right?
Yeah.
And I saw her a couple months after that, and she's like, hey, I didn't mean to be such a dick. I heard what you said. And, like, you know, but I still think, you know, like, she doesn't follow me and I follow her, but, you know, we don't communicate, you know what I mean? And it was just, not everybody has to follow each other and get along with each other either, right? So,
their own.
Yeah. But I still think she's fucking deadly. You know, like
all those women truck drivers, all the women's in the trades.
Have you seen that Kaylee Austin girl?
The one trucker that's hauling out in Dawson area.
Yeah, the French one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I follow her and stuff. We follow.
She's badass.
Yeah, we're trying to do a couple or doing a profile on here soon.
Fuck your mom. Fucking no, Kaylee's badass, man. She saw me when I was on your rig, actually, and she took a picture of me heading to take a piss. and she's like, look who I ran into on site today, right? And then I seen her a couple more times after that, and then, you know, fucking yeah, she's pretty badass too. I didn't know she existed.
Quite strong accent.
Oh yeah, I think she's right from Quebec.
Oh yeah.
Or France, I don't know. Yeah, man. So fucking, I love what you're doing on the Big Oil Mafia page. You know, Neil and Lucille and you recently did me today. I was like, fuck yeah, hey, fuck, that's dope, you know. And you shout out the podcast on there, and fuck yeah, I love that, man. I've been trying to get you on the podcast actually for a couple months now.
Yeah,
two months, something like that.
Like I said, always too nervous. I don't know. I like to stay behind the scenes. I like the fucking Deadly or the Big Oil Mafia to do their own thing, see where it goes from there. I don't really like to put a face to it too much.
Yeah, I hear that, man. I hear that. Well, but Ben, you got a beautiful face though. You need to show that more, dude. Like, look at that thing. Like, dude, I'm gonna be thinking about that tonight later on after work or after I get back to camp anyway, before I head to sleep there. You know, that'll be the last thing I see as I'm like, you know, like it's those camp towels, but they're gonna be extra sticky.
We're
man.
Right now.
What's that?
What camp are you at right now?
We got our own camp at Fox Creek.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't been back to Dawson since that cold snap.
oh yeah.
I don't think we have that contract anymore.
You single-handedly lost it or what?
Oh, it wasn't me, bud. It wasn't me. It was the fucking other guy that we're talking about, people that are like, maybe watering down the industry a little bit. So this guy, when we were on that rig, actually, it's when we were finishing up the surface holes. We weren't supposed to be there all night. And we weren't supposed to come in the morning. There was supposed to be no day shift. And I got moved to day shift. I worked all day, did the cement job. And then he went and took care of whatever else he had to take care of. And I stayed up late. I stayed up till like 2 a.m. banking on me not having to work.
Yeah.
And then I text the other swamper. And I'm like, hey, how's it going out there? She's like, oh, we're going to need you. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me, right? So fucking I went and got like 2 hours of sleep before I had to leave. And then I show up and she's like, yeah, he did none of the work. He didn't get out of the truck. He didn't do nothing, right? And every time I had to go do something, he didn't help, yada, yada, yada. So I put my phone in his face and I'm like, you gotta love the boss's dedication to the inclusivity program. It can't be this easy hiring this many retards. And I sent it to everybody. I didn't post it anywhere except for I sent it to people on Snapchat, made him cry, right? And he cried, man. He called my boss on me and he cried. And my boss, he called me and he's like, hey, man, I think we can leave him alone today. Just let him get through today. And I'm like, man, it's like, I know it's frustrating. And he's like, but we need asses in the seats right now. I'm like, man, this guy is going to cost you the contract if you keep putting him here. Right. And I'm like, tell me one thing. He's like, what? I'm like, it was funny though. Right. And he's like, yeah, it was pretty funny. And I'm like, yeah, I'm validated. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Right. And, so he called my boss on me again about 2 weeks ago. Cause all I said to him was, I'm like, hey, you're leaving? Your truck's not even full yet. What are you doing? Right? What are you doing, man? Your truck's not full. Right? And he's like, leave me alone, dick. Right? And I'm like, you're leaving, man. There's still shit to do. And next thing you know, I'm getting a call from the boss, and he's like, you got to leave him alone, man. You got to leave him alone. I'm like, man, I was literally fucking with him. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right? And then I made a Snapchat, and I am like, I sent it to him and everyone else. I'm like, hey, yeah, boss man, I have an issue with this guy. And instead of talking to him about it, I'm just going to call you and tattletale on him about it. And then I sent it to him. He deleted me off everything that day, man. Like, he's like, I'm going to hit this guy. Right? And I'm like, oh, it's cool. If I talk to you, you're going to, you tattle on me, but you can threaten to hit me and we're good. All right.
Another internet tough guy.
Oh, dude. The funny thing is the guy's like probably got retard strength for real. Like,
does happen.
No, man. But fucking yeah, that guy. Anyways, we haven't been back there since. And like, they're using a company that's like way closer. Anyways, why are they calling us out of Fox to Dawson when there's Fort St. John trucks right there, right? Yeah. I don't think anyone's heartbroken over it.
Fuck, definitely not.
Fuck no, man. So how did you come up with the idea to start doing, the profiles on the Big Oil Mafia page?
Oh, I was just trying to get, because it's like original gangsters of the oil patch or the industry or whatever. So just kind of poking around and trying to find something that was going to grab and gain momentum. Everyone's doing everything, so it's hard to find something. Not that I'm exploding or whatever, not that Big Oil's exploding, but it's a stepping stone. So I think the first little mini one that I did was with that Lane Borla.
I love Lane.
PD hand there, and then posted it. It did okay or whatever, and then I just like, oh, I could do this, and then I started seeing a couple other guys' videos, and they had some good views or whatever. So I just reached out to, I don't know who the the guy after that was, some guy for sorry, I'm forgetting his name right now, but a guy working for it'll come to me, but that one took right off too. It was an excellent little video on him. He had some excellent footage with some good likes, views, follows, and all that shit. And then just steamrolled. And I was like, oh shit, I should expose more than just the rig side. And that's when I went after Lucille, I think, and got her on. And yeah, I always send a message, hey, I'm interested in doing a little profile on you. Are you in? Are you down? If you are, well, then I send the little questions like I sent you and stuff like that. And everyone's always seems to be thrilled so far. I think they like the little spot. I would like that. So that's why I kind of did it. Like a lot of people go unseen or unheard. And it's just helping us all out.
Hell yeah, man.
You show some rigging, you show some trucking, you show some content, yeah, whatever. Like next could be fucking someone at a camp staff. Like fuck anybody.
Perfect.
Yeah, a medic would be a good one to fucking do. So any medics out there that want to get a profile, hit me up.
Fucking man, medics are like the unsung heroes, dude. We all rag on them and shit like that, man. But like fucking, shout out to medics.
No, you know who the unsung hero is out there in the oil industry? And
the fat truck swamper.
The second unsung hero, fucking camp cooks.
Oh shit!
Camp cook. They're first up. They're fucking last to go to bed. Like they got the shit end of the stick, man. They get shit on. Like no one likes this, no one likes that. Fucking try to appease 150 guys. Like try to make your happy family at one fucking meal, right? Never mind 50 fucking people.
Yeah, guys that are already, grumpy and tired and, that don't want to be there, right? And fucking you make a meal that they don't necessarily like. Well, yeah, like you said, you're not going to make everyone happy, right? There's 150 guys, sometimes more. Those big camps, man, like 10,000 people.
Yeah, like fuck. So those cooks, I've always thought about them. Even when you're at a small rig camp or whatever, and there's just an old Betty there flipping eggs for you guys, like she's up at 4 a.m, fucking got bread on the go. She fucking, cracking eggs. Like they're the unsung hero.
Without ours is up at 3:30, 3:45. I hear my room's right across from the kitchen, so I start hearing her moving around. It doesn't bother me. I'm asleep. I hear it in my sleep. It doesn't wake me up. I know what's going on. But she starts making her noise. I do my thing. I come in at fucking sometimes 4:30 and breakfast is laid out. It's there. It's ready. Fucking 5 o'clock, dude. And it's there. And shout out to those guys, because there's times where I come in and she's like, hey, do you want anything special off the grill? And it's like, well, fuck, man, while you're there, get a grilled cheese. I'll take a grilled cheese. Fuck yeah, let's go, right? And they make it, right? So shout out to the camp cooks, man.
Yeah, they're always on my mind every time I'm out there. Just like fucking polite to them, whatever, and yeah, clean your plate, do all that shit, whatever. It all helps.
Yeah, man. You should do like a profile on Torque Girl, man. She's fucking dope. Kennedy? Torque Girl?
Yeah, I will. I'll try. I've tried talking to her a couple times back on the fucking Deadly side there. Kind of got into little tiffs, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. I would just make smart ass comments a little bit different now, but yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a profile on her. I just seen that she released, I knew she was on that, doing some survival show.
Yeah, she, we're actually getting her back on the podcast. She was on the podcast, Jesus, I don't even know how long ago, man. It was a long time ago now that she was on the podcast. She was part of, the first 30 or 40 episodes anyways, but I tried to get her back on there and she's like, hey, I got something coming out that I have to talk about, and then I want to come back on so we can talk about it when the time is right. And now that it's out, now we're trying to work out a time that works best for everyone, but it'll be before the episode 1 drops. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah. That'll be interesting to see. That'll be cool to see. I heard she was doing something like that, but again, it was all tight-lipped and stuff. So
yeah,
that's right on. That's good exposure for her. She's got quite the following.
Yeah, man, dude. And what's crazy about also having all these people like Lane and you and Torque Girl, me, Patch Trash Girl. You know who Patch Trash Girl is?
Patch Trash, probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's in water transfer. So, she's like the back hauler that doesn't really drive. Nah, I'm just joking. You know I'm joking. I love you. But so, what I love about it is that, in the last 4 years, our industry has just fucking exploded. You know what I mean? Like, you had Uncle Hack, right?
Yeah.
And it started with him, and I say it all the time. The dude is a fucking pioneer for what I do. Right. And then, who else did you have after that? No one was really talking about our industry. Our industry had this big black cloud over it, right?
Yeah.
And now you got people come out of the woodwork. Hey, man, where can I get a job? Hey, I'm trying to get into oil and gas. Hey, man, hey, I got a cool message last week or a couple weeks ago from a guy on Facebook, I believe it was, Andrew Wilcox. He says he listens to the podcast. I believe that's his name. I think it's Andrew anyway. We'll get the first name right. But he's like, hey, man, I never worked or thought about working in oil and gas before. I started and I applied because of your videos. I see you around all the time talking about it, and now I'm here, right? Thank you. And it's like, fuck, man, that's badass. I never started making videos for that reason, right? That's not why I did it, but like here I am, right? And fucking here he is, dude. And that's badass, dude. That's fucking amazing.
That's the reach of the media, the social media, right? It's got long arms.
Yeah, sure does.
I get fucking like everyone else probably or whatever, but I get at least probably 10 to 15 guys a week asking me about jobs and stuff like that.
I get that a day, bro, on Facebook and between Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, right? And oh my fuck, dude, like it's crazy. I can't answer them all back at once.
Yeah.
But like I eventually do get one guy I got back. He messaged me last year, and I got back to him like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it'd been over a year. And he's like, "Oh, dude, it's all good. I'm somewhere else now." And it's like, "Well, sorry it took me so long, bro. I tried." So.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I hope to get a few more. Try and do that. At least get in one a week there for now, and see. It takes me a long time. I'm pretty fucking illiterate on there, and even stealing people's clips and stuff. Like, it's tough work for me, anyways. Like, the day, and then I fucking fucked up on the front part, like that shows to everyone. So I had to fucking delete it and start it all over. Fuck, it's a fuck show.
Whatever, man. I didn't see it until later on in the day. And so that's probably, I don't think the video's doing that well right now. It's got a couple hundred views. It's probably because you deleted the original, right?
Yeah.
So like the algorithm is going to kind of discipline you a little bit, if you want to call it that, where it's like, hey, if you don't have any confidence in your content, why should we?
Yeah.
So I've noticed that when there's been videos where I've straight up deleted, the algorithm kind of fucks me over for the next couple days or couple videos anyway. Just gotta post your way out of that shit.
Yeah, exactly. I guess they just want more and more posts. That's one thing. I kind of went stale on fucking Deadly, but I'm gonna use that a little bit for like just that side, not necessarily the oil and gas, but Big Oil's strictly gonna be oil and gas, blue collar industry and shit like that.
Yep. What speaking of fucking Deadly, like how many followers you got on that now?
There's over 10,000 over there, I think.
Fuck, good for you. What do you have on Big Oil Mafia?
Oh, I think I'm right up around only 1,800 or something right now.
Oh shit! Oh, you're getting there anyway. Who cares?
So with the
keep posting, man. That's keep on posting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how did the fucking Deadly thing start, dude? Because when I had no idea who you were until I was on your rig, right? And then your fucking cellar dweller there was like, hey, look up at the camera. Fucking buddy wants to take a picture of you. So I fucking looked up and there, and then fucking we start talking and find out fucking Deadly and all this shit. And I'm like, oh man, another guy who knows, the grind of social media. This is sick.
Yeah, no, fucking Deadly just came about. I was part of this other little clothing line there that a buddy and I had for a bit. and then it kind of fizzled away. And then I always am swearing, sorry, but and then I was always saying fucking deadly or that's deadly or something like that. And so I just potted around, made a couple things, and go with that. I tried to go with the motorcycle side of town because I like doing a big rider or whatever. And then times change. Now I just try and put out a little bit of clothing here and there and just do a little pay to order sale. I'm not big enough to supply or stock my own merch yet.
Same. I don't stock my own shit. You know, you want something, you order it. I order it as soon as you order it, right? Yeah. And I don't want to get caught holding the bag, right?
Yeah, fuck. Well, I've done that before in that previous company, and stuck with lots of shit. But yeah, so I just slowly put out little things like, here's a hoodie, like fuck fighter, hold the light. Just little things that work for me. I'm not trying to outreach anyone. If they like it, cool. If not, cool. Fuck.
Yeah. It's the same as my merch, you know, like, hey, if you want it, it's there. If you don't want it, that's cool too, you know, and I got a new idea for a new shirt coming out here soon. You know, I'm not going to say what it is. I don't want anyone to take it on me, but you know, it's fucking a recent video that I did anyways. People dropped in the comments section funny things, and I was just like, fuck, that'd make a sick shirt, you know? So I'm going to do that. And I have, you know, it's almost wife beater season. You know what I mean? We're coming up on. So I got my dick beaters. You know, I got the dick beaters out. The Dick Frost wife beaters. We call them the dick beaters. So they're coming out. They'll be back on the website. Nice. Fucking yeah, man. I'm pumped. You know, for what we got going on. But right now, you know, I find I'm happier, and my wife is way less busy, and she can do other shit. With me just ripping, you know, like Dirty Hands, Clean Money, or Red Leaf Oil clothing, or Pipeline, or apparel, or, you know, shit like that, right? And you know, I'm helping out other creators. You know, I'm doing my own thing, but, you know, I'm also helping out other people, right? And fucking I love this shirt, man. Look at this. Fucking, hold on, let's see here. Look at the back.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I don't know. Can you read it?
Yeah, world class oil and gas.
Yeah.
Looks good.
World class oil and gas, buddy. I love this shirt, dude, and I love his whole thing. And he's a plant operator, or down the road from where I'm at. So
yeah, I'm gonna get out some Big Oil Mafia stuff. I want to make something just for the people that I profile. So that's where it'll start. So in time, everyone that I profile will be getting a small little package, and like introducing them or mentioning them as they're like part of the Big Oil Mafia. Like, it's going to be a niche little pack to be part of.
We're going to be a mafia, bro, you know? And you're the Don. You're the Don of the mafia, you know?
Yeah. Freddie Three Finger, you know?
Freddie Three Finger, bro, you know? Have you seen Tulsa King yet?
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
Dude,
wicked.
What a deadly show.
Yeah, wicked show.
Fucking, I started watching that. I fell asleep after like the third episode, and then I keep trying to go back to it, but like, fucking, it's hard, man.
Badass.
Oh fuck yeah, no, it's insane. Fucking Sylvester Stallone just like being like fucking the mafia.
Still going,
dude. He's fucking incredible.
So what's going on with Mike Rowe? You haven't landed him yet?
Oh, you brought it up. No, dude, I haven't. I love when people bring this up, though. No, I haven't landed Mike Rowe yet, but we're trying.
Mike, where you at?
Mike, me old son, come on the podcast. Come be fucking deadly over here.
Yeah, no shit. That'd be fucking cool if you landed him.
Fuck, man, like the king of dirty jobs coming on my blue collar podcast, where, you know, I literally do a dirty ass job, right? Like, I wear the oil field on me every day, you know, except for when I'm sitting there waiting for shit to happen, you know. That's just a small part of my job.
And contenting.
Hey, you know what, man? That's kind of probably why I stayed being a swamper or working on a vac truck for so long. You know? It provides me with some fucking incredible content.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure.
Fuck yeah. Have you seen that that company yet on Instagram. They're definitely on TikTok too. Hard hat watches.
No.
No, they reached out to me, and like they're sending me a hard hat watch, and I'm probably gonna get like a discount code. But like this thing is like an Apple Watch, right?
Anyway,
Except for it is more durable. It lasts the battery lasts 14 days, and like they fucking Buddy ran it over with a packer. Buddy fucking smashed it with a sledgehammer, threw it off a 3-story balcony. Fucking watch was in immaculate condition. So I said, okay, all right, buddy. All right, send me this watch. I have a fucking idea to see just how durable this watch is, right? Like, I'll put it through some shit. All right, quite literally. I'll throw it in the shit truck.
Discharge.
What's that?
Suck it up and spit it out the discharge.
That's the plan. That's the plan. I'm going to suck it up. I'm going to leave it in there all day. Apparently, it's waterproof and dust-proof. Let's see if it's invert-proof. Let's see if it is brine-proof. Let's see. You want to see how durable your watches are and where you need to improve? I got you. Don't worry. Let's go.
I got the ultimate test.
Yeah, I'll suck it up right through a 3-inch hose, and I'll leave it in the back of the vac truck all day long, just mixed in with all that shit. I'll leave it there, and then we'll pop it out. We'll discharge it out. We'll see how it says. I like the watches personally, man. When I've seen them,
the company again, I'll have to check them out.
Hard hat watches. They're out of Australia. They're expanding into Canada here.
Oh no way.
Yeah, man, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm pumped. I've never had a smartwatch. It does everything that a smartwatch does, right? Except for it's indestructible, apparently.
Yeah, I wear a watch daily, but I can't wear one of those. I tried wearing one of those smartwatches, but I don't like when it dies. I don't like having to take my watch off. I never ever take it off. So
there you go. Yeah, my dad was the same way. Wore a watch every fucking day to bed.
Yeah.
To everything. Had one of those indigo fucking waterproof watches. He'd have a bath in the thing, and he'd go swimming in it, scuba dive in it, dude. It was an incredible little watch.
Yeah, just can't be watch.
I hope that's one thing he leaves me when he does.
His Casio back.
His Casio. Oh fuck, we're aging ourselves here, bud. So, how did you get into the oil field? Like, when did that start? How long ago and why? Like, and where did you start? Where was the breeding ground for what eventually became that fucking deadly mustache?
Well, that started 2005. I was framing houses in Kelowna for 5 or 6 years there, 5 years there, and then came across a guy in Kelowna that we were at his house kind of hooping it up, and he's got everything: Corvette, quads, sleds. I'm like, hey man, what the fuck do you do? Oh, I'm a rig manager. Okay, cool. What the hell's that? Well, you want a job? So he gives me a job, gives me and my cousin a job. We this is a good story, I guess, kind of. We jump on a fucking bus from Kelowna and bus all the way out to Fort McMurray. And we're like, yeah, we're going to work in the bush. We're not bringing razors. We had nothing with us. We had like a duffel bag, couple pairs of ginch, some socks, whatever. We get out there, and the other rig manager picks us up, and he's like, where's your guys' gear? We're like, this is what he told us to come. Like, everything's going to be supplied. We had like boots and stuff, but no coveralls, no hard hat, no fuck all, right? So whatever I had to wear, he gave me. They're like, well, here's some shit for you. I wore a construction hard hat, like the only guy on the rig wearing like construction hard hat, and fuck it. So it was kind of funny, and yeah, it started there for the Akita Drilling, and worked for them forever, 2005 until just fucking last February there, when the cold hard pricks fucking yeah, and then yeah, but working for them was great. I have some legendary stories out of there, and a lot of fun. That first couple of years was quite the experience working there. We were up by Conklin area, Anzac, doing lots of work out there. So there was some fun times at the Burger Barn and all that stuff. So
Karen's Corner, yeah.
Oh, The Wolf's Den, yeah.
Yeah. You ever stay at that shady little hotel in the parking lot?
No.
Oh, I did. Oh my God. I slept on top of the covers, man. Like it was fucking
Oh, the one
greasy.
across from the gas station.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some spooky spots out that way there, but yeah, lots of. That was back in the day. Like the road wasn't even paved back then to just past Conklin there it was mud all the way, fucking, I don't know, 40 or 50 kilometers of mud. I remember that would be like a fun thing to do once you're getting out, see who can make it, and it was just a mud bog. Otherwise you'd have to go all the way to Fort Mac and then down that big old highway.
Shit. Like 63.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking my first time in Fort Mac, man. I worked for Husky. We were building the Husky Sunrise project. And I think it's Synovus now. But I got on an airplane. They hired me on. I got in an airplane. First of all, there was a lot of people like doing fake hiring sprees for this company, right? And so you didn't know which one you were getting. But they paid for my flight, and I got there. I landed in Fort Mac, and I met this guy who was working in Conklin. And I had no idea where Conklin was. Had no idea anything about it. And I got to talking to him. He's like, "Oh, what do you do for work?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just coming up to be a laborer or whatever, one of the plants they're building." He's like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, "Oh, I can't remember where he said he was, but he's like, I need someone to split a cab ride with me to Conklin." He's like, my ride didn't show up, and you know, I need someone to split a ride with me. And he's like, "I'll offer you a job." He's like, "I'm the hiring manager there." And I was like, "Fuck, what am I gonna do?" And he explained this to me, and I'm like, "Well, man, I already got someone already paid for my way here, and I'm working for them, and I'm just gonna go with them, like stick with the devil, right?" So there was that guy, and he's like, "All right, well, if you ever need a job," and he gave me a card, man. This is when like I landed in the Fort Mac airport, and I was offered like 40 jobs just landing in the airport. I'm like, "Fuck, man, this is deadly, right?"
Job fair in the airport.
Pretty much, man. When you land, hey, you need a job. Hey, you need a job. Hey, you need a job. It was boom time. And so that was pretty cool. But then the shuttle showed up for where I was working, and we went to work, and all was good, right? And fucking yeah, that was my first foray into Fort McMurray. It was the land of opportunity.
I was just talking to a buddy there the other day that moved up there during that little boom and stuff we were talking. It's just crazy to I don't know, to be or to see a boom like that. Like you think of, say, places like Barkerville or the Yukon when they all had their gold rush booms and stuff, and then in time I guess people would talk about Fort McMurray. Like Fort McMurray really went crazy there for a while. Like it was fucking nuts. You could do everything in Fort McMurray that you could fucking do in Vegas at sometimes, right? Like,
Yep.
It was wild. It was definitely booming and bumping.
Same with Fox Vegas. There's a reason why they call her Fox Vegas, Like, what a spot, dude. I've been here for 5.5 years now, dude. Like, what a fucking spot.
I remember this one time we were coming back from a shutdown on a rig in Peace River. We hooped it up in Peace River and then decided, okay, well, let's fucking start driving to the city. And we made it as far as Fox Vegas there and pulled in at some little dingy fucking hotel, and we hung out there for a bit. And then we went to the bar, the Alaska, or this blue bar kind of on the side of the highway.
Grizz.
Yeah, I'm not too sure of the name, but me and this buddy, this rig manager, we walk in there and we had the time of our life in there. At the end of the night, I ended up stole a pool cue. I had it jammed, wedged in my fucking pants and the leg of my pant leg. I don't know why, but that was the highlight of the night, stealing a fucking pool cue.
Fucking man, like we're not in quite like those boom times right now, but man, it's fucking busy, dude. Like I don't remember a busier time in the past since I've been in it than now, you know what I mean? And like maybe it's because I'm in the vac side, I'm in the service industry now, so like it's fucking flat out for us.
Oh, yeah.
You 24/7.
You guys are busy. You guys are busy for everything, like the cementing, the the daily operations of a rig or whatever now come break up, guys are shutting down while you're there sucking and cleaning tanks, or you're there fucking filling tanks at the start, you know, like that backside's fucking busy business.
Nobody's really breaking up either. Like, it's really dry outside.
Yeah,
You know, like fire season's right around the corner. It's going to be bad. There's already like 50, 60 fires burning in Alberta, one out of control so far. You know, it's pretty dry out there, dude.
Yeah,
you know,
that's going to be the scary part. That's going to be a scary thing of the summer this year. It's going to be shitty.
Yeah, absolutely is. But yeah, man, like, you know, it's hard to find a vac truck too, right? Because they're so busy, you know. And Fox Creek, man, TCR where I work, the only game in town. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, you know, a decent sized game. You know, you got 3 boys. They only got a couple combos. You got Rival, 2 combos. You got us. We got like fucking 12 trucks. 12 combos and fucking a bunch of semi-vax and hydrovax, and you can't compete with that. You just can't. No. And you know, we get most of the work, like 99% of the work. We just fucking give her, and you know, we never say no. It seems so fucking. Even if we don't have the staff, we're making it work, right? And it's like, oh, you just worked a 20-hour day. Hey, bud, hop in the truck because you're going to sit on site and have a nap when you can. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And
work a 20-hour day. Don't worry, your next one's only going to be 10.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, you know, like I think I worked 170 hours in just over 7 days once. And then fucking that whole pay period, I think altogether was like 212 hours or something like that. It was stupid, man. I don't want to work any more than 170 hours. It's not worth it after that point.
How do you feel with your like sleeping? You can just sleep like boom and
my wife's pretty envious of my sleeping abilities. I can just fucking, you know, if we get a downtime in the truck, we get any kind of downtime, I'm getting a nap in, right? Yeah. And you know, one consultant said it best to me last year. He's like, I don't need you guys for another 3 or 4 days. He's like, but we can't get you. If we don't have you now, we can't get you. We don't know what it'll be. He's like, I'd rather be looking at you than looking for you.
Yeah.
Right. And so fucking I slept like 4 days straight. I made a bunch of content. He had us wash some of his vehicles. He's like, hey, can you wash my vehicle? Fuck, man, you're paying me what you're paying me to sit here all day. I'll wash your fucking crotch if you want me to, you know? Like, yeah, man. And you know, there are times where we do get a bit of ass time. You know, we do. We get to watch, you know, we were on a lateral cement job there couple weeks ago, and fuck, man, I think I watched like 3 movies. I watched 3 movies and then had a nap. But when it was time to get to work, it was fucking go time. You know, like there was no. Hey, make sure all your T's are crossed and all your T's are dotted and your I's are crossed, because when it starts fucking going and you're not ready, they're mad. You just sat there for 10 fucking hours and your shit's not. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be prepared with that amount of time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it fucking happened, man. Our fucking blower was frozen, right? And we sat there for like 10 hours. And Buddy's like, hey, go time. I'm like, all right, I hopped out. Fucking truck wouldn't suck. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm trying to figure out what it was. Everything's opening. Everything's moving. I open up the filter pod. Big block of ice. Use the steam demon fucking melted it all 2 minutes, put it back together, start sucking. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, they fucking hated that though. It was kind of funny. But like it was, you know.
Classic, yeah.
Yeah, you know, man, that's the thing about vac trucks or anything in that kind of temperature, in that kind of weather, man. It's like when I met you, man, it was during that cold snap. It was minus fucking go fuck you. It was minus 50.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And nothing wanted to work. You guys lost what, 160 cubes or something, didn't you? Yeah. That rig was fucking. I like that Akita rig, but most Akita rigs I don't like. The tank systems are dog shit. But your guys' rig was pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good rig.
Yeah. How long were you on that one for?
Well, that rig came out. I'd say that rig came out in around, I don't even know, 2015, 16 or something like that. And I went out on that rig as one of the original 3 drillers. Me and a couple other buddies there. And then I went and drilled on that for a few years, and then went and jumped around to a couple other rigs. Went and did a little brief stint in Texas there, and then came back, of course, COVID, blah, blah, blah. And then I took some time off, and I was down in Vancouver working high-rise construction, and then came back, and I actually landed back on that rig when we were up in Bonnyville, Cold Lake area, doing SAG-D work, nice cookie cutter work with, so-called tons of work and blah, blah, blah. And then that dried up, and then Keita retrofitted that rig to go and do some gas, changed out all the employees, all the upper man. Yeah, it was crazy. That's hence why I'm not there. Kind of didn't get along with the new school guys or whatever maybe. I have no fucking clue, but that's behind me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, now you're at the Savannah Banana.
Banana.
And you're going to be closer to home too?
Yeah, that'll be in Rocky, so that's whatever, 2 hours or if that. I don't even really know, but can't complain there. Texas camp, full sub, like license to print money there.
Fucking giver, bud. You're just going to go license the drill, bro. Let's do it.
Bro, they got to bring that one back. That was a good show.
That was a great show. Did you ever see Blood and Oil with that guy from fucking the OC? Ryan from the OC. Remember the OC?
No.
No? Okay, so that's a conversation for another time. But there's a show called Blood and Oil. Buddy was moving across the country during boom time. And him and his girlfriend, they broke down in Minot. And they're like, oh, it's fucking booming here. There's tents everywhere, campers everywhere. People are just fucking flat out working. He gets in. He's like, I need to work. You know, this truck's not going to fix itself. He gets a job in the oil patch. Makes pretty good friends with a higher up, like a CEO.
Yep.
And then what happened next was, you know, like people start dying because it's busy and there's lots of money involved. People are being murdered and fucking left, right, and center, like corruption. And he's involved in all this shit. He's like, what the fuck did I find myself in? Right? And fucking, it was a pretty good show, man. It only lasted 1 season, I think, but that was about it. It's called Blood and Oil. You could probably find that somewhere.
There was another fucking oil show there that had Don Johnson in it or whatever.
I don't think I've seen or heard of that one.
I have to look at it or look into it. And then there's that other good one from the States, Black Gold, I think, or something.
Black Gold, yeah, I've heard of that one,
yeah. That was good.
I just had fucking Dave Marciano from Wicked Tuna on, man.
I saw that. That's awesome. That's one of my favorite shows.
Dude, during the pandemic, when the pandemic first hit, I used to watch Wicked Tuna all the time, but when the pandemic first hit, we had a newborn baby, right? So I was off. And every time she was asleep with the kids, I'd be out fucking, I hadn't started TikTok yet. So I'd be out watching fucking Wicked Tuna. She'd come out, what are you doing? Shh. I'm about to find out how much they're going to get per pound here, babe. Yeah. Relax, you know? And you know, shit like that. And fucking, man, Dave Marciano, dude, not just a badass on TV. The dude's a straight certified badass. If he can't make money doing it, he don't want no part of it.
How'd you come across him?
He followed me on Twitter like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I thought he followed me back. Sorry. I tweeted him a lot. Him and Paul, Wicked Pissa. I love Paul. Right? And fucking him and Paul followed me back. And fucking I talked to him every now and then. I got in his DMs. And then when I started the podcast, he was one of the first people I messaged.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. And it took all this time. I go to National Geographic to get him, right? Like, hey, you know, like, boom, 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 boom. And then, you know, the original point of contact was no longer his point of contact. I did not know that. She didn't tell me. No one did. So I reached out again a few months ago and I'm like, hey, what's going on here? And they're like, oh, you got to message this person now. So then I did. We got permission and then they were trying to line it up. So I went directly to Dave myself. I'm like, hey, man, we got permission to do this. Can we cut the bureaucratic bullshit and just you and I just get out of it? We got permission. Right? Let's just do it. We cut the middleman, right? And so he said, yeah, let's do it. Let's set a time. So we did. We made it work.
That's cool. Yeah. That's a good show. I like that. They got some good characters on there too.
Fuck yeah, man. TJ is great. I love that guy. Tyler, he's such an antagonistic prick. I love it though.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good, man. That's a good show. That'd be I'd like to go fishing for that.
Yeah. Well, message him. He does fucking tours and charters. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be something wild. I've gone on a couple big sturgeon fishing charters. That's another fucking ball game. That's a good one.
Fuck yeah, man. I'd love to do that. Hey, around this time I usually ask people, do you know what viscosity is? I know you know what viscosity is.
Yeah.
What is viscosity in your own words? What do you like? What is it?
Thickness of fluid?
The thickness of the fluid. The thickness of the load. So where I'm going with this is the podcast is sponsored by the Mudman. The Mudman deals in the thickness of your load, right? The thickness of your fluid going downhole, right?
Yeah.
And so the Mudman, for all your laboratory testing equipment needs and all your downhole fluid stuff, the Mudman is your guy. www.mudmarket.com, and that guy's a fucking amazing dude, and he deals in the thickness of your load. Like I don't know if I can say that enough and it'd be as awesome every time as the first time, but like I certainly will try.
Thicker your load, better the hole.
That's right. So what are you looking for? This is a good question, actually. What are you looking for in when you're drilling? Because you're a driller. So what are you looking for in viscosity wise when you're drilling? Like what is exactly what are the parameters here? What are you looking for?
Just looking for good returns, I guess. Good. The better the mud, the more cuttings, the cleaner your hole's getting. The Mudman is sometimes the god out there. Mud is God.
Mud is God. I love that. So like when I was in your shack, I was like hanging out with you, we're just chilling, and we're trying to make a fucking video, but Buddy wouldn't leave. You were like, oh, we're losing, and like nothing was coming out of the hole, out of the well anymore, and it was just whoosh, and I watched it like just kind of sink in, right? Yeah. You started losing flow, right? Your heavy flow was no longer heavy. Right. And so like fucking you were just losing and it was all rush after that, right? It was like, oh, here we go. Oh yeah,
right? It's pandemonium after that.
Yeah, man. Like fucking that's really interesting to me. Like I had to sit in the cellar with a fucking spinner tip and cut up your cuttings and shit like that, and it was a little irritating, really.
Yeah. I envy you guys or envy you to do that job. Like you guys something else. You're something else to keep on doing that and then doing it with a smile to boot. Holy fuck.
You got to do it with a smile, man. There's only one way to do it. You do it miserable, you're never going to have a good time. You're never going to get through your shift and you're going to always hate your fucking job, right? Yeah. It's you gotta oh, hey, you want me to suck you off? You want me to suck your hole? Oh, yeah, you got to say shit like that every day, right? You got to go do it. Let me take your load, and fucking, you got to just fucking be happy about it, like you got to.
Take it in.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, especially with that job, man. It's the dirtiest job in the patch.
Oh, fuck.
Hands down, dude. Like anyone else getting in your tanks and cleaning them? No.
That's the first I've ever fucking seen it was out there. On the SAG-D side, no way. A fucking vac truck driver, our swampers going in the tanks, it was always the rig hand. Yes,
I've heard that from our guys actually who are out there. We have a division in Fort Mac, and he's like, yeah, we don't get in tanks. Yeah. That's I've heard that a lot actually, and I'm like, fuck, man, like I'm doing it all wrong. Like, let me go. I'm going to Fort Mac. Fuck this place, right? But no, I actually enjoy it. Like, out of everything we do on a vac truck, I actually like cement jobs and cleaning tanks is like I enjoy it. I love it. It's nothing I do is hard. It's tedious at times when it's cold and you're going in and you're doing cement jobs and you're cleaning out a tank or you're doing a rig out, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Right. But whatever. In this weather we have right now, perfect. I'm not like exhausted or overheated, you know. It's not cold, but it's not warm either. It's perfect.
Yeah.
You know, and this is deadly weather here right now. So
yeah, I can't wait to get back at her. I'll go out on the 24th for a hitch there. So that'll be good time of the year. A little bit of rain maybe. But yeah, you can't beat that the temperature.
not at all, man. And like that's what Lane Borley says, right? You know, he's like, hey, you know, he's doing his thing up in the derrick, and he's like, this is perfect. And he takes, man, I would love. So my content would take a whole other complete like fucking turn if I worked on a rig, you know. Like, give me a lease hand position. That's all I want. Give me a lease hand.
Yeah.
I would make fire content. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
that would be sick.
Actually, where I slowly started getting the idea of the profiles, because I profiled my motorman on my rig, my like good buddy Ricky B. I profiled him, day in the life of the motorman. It's on one of my clips on there. You have to check it out, but it's pretty fucking funny, like to time out all his day and stuff and show him having smokes. So like the smoke breaks at like 7:15, then it's like 8 o'clock, 8:15.
I saw that one. I saw it. Yeah. I watch all your videos, man. Dude, I like supporting people that, you know, are in the industry. But if I know you, if I haven't seen you pop up in a while, I go directly to your profile and I just go right down the rabbit hole, right? Like, I'm like, fuck, man. And dude, your shit always pops up now because, like, fucking, I love your shit, dude. And I've got to set like a notification when you post, like, fucking Deadly is posted or Big Oil Mafia is posted.
I was sending out, like when I'd make one, because I thought it was grabbing a bit more gears. I would send it out to a lot of my contacts, and then it just looks like it's getting more action being sent out there. I was thinking, I don't know. And I also, do you follow with times when to post?
For the most part, like, you know what, you can throw that right out the window, right? So like if you look, it shows when your followers are most active, right? Your followers are your followers. They're always gonna see your shit at some point, right? You try going outside of that. The goal is to get new followers, right? And you don't know when those new followers are gonna be active. So for me though, you know, people in the oil patch, when are we most on our phones, right? First thing in the morning, around lunchtime, and at 6 o'clock, right? And shitting, yes. But also 6 o'clock, you know, when they're getting out of work. So I try to post around those times, right? Like, oh, you know, crew changes right now. I'm gonna post this video, and in the next half hour, they're all gonna be in the crew van or
a good one. Yeah.
They're all going to be in the crew van, driving back, watching videos, or they're going to get back to their house, have a shower, eat dinner, watch TikTok. It doesn't need to pop up right now. And TikTok's kind of changed a lot. When I first started, if you weren't going to get to 1 million in the first 24 hours, you weren't going to get there. Simple as that. But now it's like your video could have delayed explosion, right? Like, fucking, it might not do anything for like a week or a couple weeks or a month. And then like a month down the line, it's like, oh, your video's got 10 million views on it. Nice.
I had a couple with that, like on the fucking Deadly one, a couple hit like 10. One is like at 10 million or something, and this Roughneck one's at 3 or 4 million. But that one with this fat guy, that just like skyrocketed that day. Like I would look at my phone 5 minutes later, holy shit, another 4,000 followers or blah, 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 you know, like it was just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, man. Yep. That shit happens. When it happens to everybody. If you keep posting and stay consistent, it's not if it happens, it's when it happens, because it's coming. And the real question is, are you ready for it? Because, you know, going viral is not always a good thing, right? And it's, you know, like, you can stay personable, and if you're going to keep knocking on the devil's door, though, eventually he's going to answer.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah, it's a fun and interesting little game, that's for sure.
I hope once I get back out there, I'll see how they feel about this media and stuff. But I was starting to like doing those lives while I was drilling and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'll see if I can get something like that going again.
I popped into your live a couple times while you
Yeah.
were drilling, man. I'm like, that's badass. This is what you need to do. Keep
Yeah.
doing this.
I'm gonna try to concentrate on the profiles and doing lives that way.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's huge. And you notice how many people were in your lives when you were drilling?
Oh fuck! Sometimes there'd be a couple hundred, like easily. Yeah. Sometimes there's one or two. Sometimes
People want to see that shit, right?
yeah, yeah,
Even if they're not into it, like people always stop at, because what the oil and gas industry is always in the news, right? It's one industry that's always in the news, whether negative or positive, doesn't matter. It's always in the news. And there's a lot of talk about like you're gonna attract trolls too, right? Because like, oh, you're abandoning your wife and your kids, or you're killing the environment. You're not gonna have a job in 10 years, loser, right? And it's like, oh, okay, sure.
yeah. Go charge your car.
My boss actually told me today they're being with crew trucks, they're being challenged to lower their carbon emissions, and we're gonna get a van, and we're gonna.
Uh-oh. I lost a dick. No, nothing. That's a wrap. I can't hear you. Let's try this. No, man, I can't hear you. What the fuck? Let's try and do one with no sound. Fuck. Dicky. Dicky. Are we still live? Big Oil Mafia. Just can't hear you. She gone? You can hear me? Fuck. I got nothing. The screen went all black, and then buff. Oh. I got nothing.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. There you
You
go.
can hear me now. Hey, buddy, we're back, and welcome back.
Volume 2.
Volume 2. So yeah, as I was saying, my boss, he was talking about how like they're challenged them to lower their carbon emissions that are getting in the van. Where'd you go? Are you leaving me now too?
Uh-oh. What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
You can hear me. So they're challenging them to lower their carbon emissions and get a van. And that includes sometimes with the other vehicles getting rid of some of the 3500s and the V8s and stuff like that, like get rid of them, right? And that's kind of wild.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know why everyone's thinking they have to buy into this kind of shit.
I don't know, man.
You just need it's like a band of brothers. You need, at some point, people gotta, I don't know, stick together, fight it. Like you see all these guys doing the thing on the side of the highway there in Cochrane and stuff. Like that's kind of band of brothers ground zero right there. I wish
Hell yeah.
there was a lot more of that. Like I remember this one day, this is years ago when all this bullshit first started going on. I woke up here in Spruce Grove and I could hear this honking and fucking horns going on. I said, what the fuck is that? So I get out and get in the vehicle. And I went to the fucking Highway 16 or Highway 16 there, and it was just truck after truck after truck. I'm like, what the fuck? So I got in on it, and it was like the first big convoy. Like we went down towards Atchison and turned off the highway, went into Atchison, and on that little convoy. Well, it was a huge convoy, but man, like I was like like I felt it was a weird, good feeling, like part of something, and like there was truck after truck, thousands of people there. It was a good feeling. I wish there was those guys are sticking together for something that could hurt them, or it's that carbon tax is hurting everyone, but they're sticking together to fight it. We kind of need more of that.
Yeah. I'm buddies with Chris Barber, actually, the guy, like, you know, the organizer of the Freedom Convoy. And he was like episode 3 of the podcast. You know, when I first started it, he was there, and he's coming back on whenever the shit with the government, you know, lawsuit fucking bullshit is over with, you know, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about everything he wasn't allowed to talk about on episode 3, right? And so like that's pretty cool. Yeah, we're waiting for that dust to settle so we can get him on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's good.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, buddy, I got a question for you, and you know, I don't want to take up too much of your time. It's getting on time, and you know, I got to go to bed as well. But you know, I usually wrap up the podcast with one last question, and it's, you know, Mount Rushmore has 3 of the most influential people in North American history on it. You know, 4 people. If you could have your own Mount Rushmore, 4 people that you look up to or you aspire to be or that have inspired you, who would they be and why?
Holy lick.
Holy fucking deadly.
That's a fucking deadly question right there. 4 people I'd inspire to be.
Or that inspired you. They could be dead, alive, real, not real, doesn't matter.
Fuck. Let's go with the Man in Black, Johnny Cash.
Oh shit.
Let's go with, dang, that's tough. Inspire to be. Man, Dick Frost.
Oh shit. Oh. Why?
Geez, I don't know. I haven't really thought of that or tried to chase some other man's dream or legacy. Hopefully someone says that about me one day.
Oh fuck, bro. Dude, I'm rock hard right now.
That's good drilling mud.
Now that's some viscous shit right there.
Yeah, you stumped me on that one.
That's man. That's fucking the point of it, bro. You know, it makes you think. We spend the whole time laughing, having a good time, making dick jokes, you know, and then fucking like, boom, hey, bro, serious shit.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Something though, yeah, I don't know. So, you know, hardworking guys you could look up to, I guess maybe that Sig Hansen. That guy's fucking hard as shit. Deadliest test. I don't know. Mike
Rowe. We're inspiring to be Mike Rowe here. Let's do it. We look up to him. We inspire to be him. We'll never be him, but like, oh my fucking God, I just got an idea for a fucking video. Shit.
There you go. It's just coming to you.
Everything just comes to me. Better than coming on me, though, right? Hey, where can people find you? You on the socials? Then what socials are you on?
I got Instagram, fucking deadly. I got Instagram. Instagram, fucking deadly. Big Oil Mafia on TikTok, fucking deadly. That's about it. Keep her greasy on Instagram.
Keep her greasy. Ooh, I don't think I've seen that one. You got that tattooed on you. There you go. Look at that. That's greasy. I love it.
Yeah, that's my personal page, I guess, on Instagram. But there's Keep her greasy and fucking deadly. All
right. I love that, buddy. I love it. Hey, man, good luck at your new gig. Stay safe. Man. Keep her turning to the right.
You betcha.
And stay frosty.
You bet. Take care, Dick.
No, buddy. You take care.